Hello, it's Abner once again. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here to join you. And my prayer in our time here together, I'm praying that these songs, these melodies, these words, this message of faith, hope, and love can be rooted in our hearts, and that we may carry it forward in our interaction with our family, with our friends, with our neighbors, our co-workers, as we go on through our days. Let's have a listen to CeCe Winans, That's My King. That song we just heard by John Reddick, titled No Fear. I want to read something from King Solomon, the wisest man to walk the face of the earth. Obviously, besides Jesus himself. Here, the counsel, he poses two sides, always giving direction of what each side leads towards. Let's read here Proverbs 14, verse 2. He who walks in his uprightness fears the Lord, but he who is devious in his ways despises him. And our prayer is, may God keep us in his righteousness. Stay tuned. We got Big Daddy Weave, Heaven Changes Everything, and Mercy Me, Grace Got You. Micah Tyler is singing God Did It. We're reading through the Counsel of Solomon and wise words given to us here in Proverbs 14 verse 3. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod for his back, but the lips of the wise will protect them. Yes, may our deeds be kind and resemble God, but also may our words carry that love and kindness. Stay tuned. We got Crowder coming up. Somebody Prayed. Proverbs 14, the counsel of a wise man, King Solomon. Let's go to verse 4. Where no oxen are, the manger is clear, but much revenue comes by the strength of the ox. In my life, this reminds me of when Dad would bring up the idea of forgiveness or the idea of interaction or relationship with people, especially with the siblings, right? Always fighting, always contending, always coming after each other. But he would constantly remind us, hey guys, forgiveness is worth it. The relationship, the friendship amongst each other, that's more important. Rather than wanting to try to do things by yourself or wanting to have it your way, maybe it's best for you and for others if we learn how to interact with one another. Let's have a listen to this. Zach Williams, Sunday's Coming. That was Natalie Lane, song All Joy. We continue here in Proverbs, reading through the counsel of Solomon, a wise man. I like how he always gives these two sides and he presents where each side is going to lead you towards. Let's go to verse 5. A trustworthy witness will not lie, but a false witness utters lies. Every time I read Solomon, I like how he doesn't hold back. He tells us directly where each side will lead to. Let's have a listen to Megan Woods singing The Truth. We're looking at and reading through Proverbs 14, reading how Solomon gives us two sides and what each side will lead to. Let's read verse 6. A scoffer seeks wisdom and finds none, but knowledge is easy to one who has understanding. May God grant us the wisdom that we need on a daily basis. Coming up, we have Mercy Me, To Not Worship You. That there was Blessings Offered, Jordan's. We're reading through Proverbs 14. It reminds me of that sandwich advice where they tell you to squeeze the bad thing in between two good things, right? If you're going to give some advice to somebody, if you're going to give correction to somebody. I feel like that's what Solomon's doing here for us, right? He presents us with the different sides so that we can discern. Let's read here verse 7. Leave the presence of the fool, or you will not discern words of knowledge. There it is. a direction of where the presence of others may lead us. Stay here, we'll have a listen to Cordy Carnes take you at your word. Bodhi singing Whisper and the Wind. I like these songs and these messages that reminds us that God is there. He's speaking. He's with us. Here is Solomon, Proverbs 14. Let's look at verse 8. The wisdom of the sensible is to understand his way, but the foolishness of fools is deceit. Solomon not holding back any punches and reminding us, right? To take a moment, to be thoughtful, to think carefully, and always, I hope that we're praying through it. Let's have a listen to Tasha Layton, a song called Never. How many times by the newsboys? Let's read Proverbs 14 verse 9. Fools mock at sin, but among the upright there is good will. Here's Solomon reminding us to seek after the things of God. Let's have Ann Wilson sing us The Cross. Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake. I think we got a fitting verse here. Proverbs 14 verse 12. There is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Not in our own way, not in our own will, but in the will of God. May He be the one to guide our steps through the troubles, through the trials. Stay here, we'll have a listen to Matthew West, My Story, Your Glory. Goodbye Yesterday by Elevation Rhythm. We are reading through the Proverbs of Solomon, Proverbs 14, verse 15. The naive believes everything, but the sensible man considers his steps. May we take the time to slow down and consider and think about what is being presented to us, right? To be able to say no, or as the song was saying, goodbye yesterday. Like, no, that's old. I'm not gonna go down that road. And may God grant us the wisdom and the eyes to see where He wants us to go to. Stay here, we got For King and Country singing Place in This World. We're finishing our time here together before we meet again, and we're reading through Proverbs 14, the counsel of a wise king, King Solomon. And as mentioned before, I like how he presents both sides and gives us the opportunity to discern. Let's read here verse 16. A wise man is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool is arrogant and careless. Man, and Solomon does not hold back any punches, huh? Says it directly to us, and our prayer is that God gives us eyes to see and ears to hear the way in which He wants us to walk. Here, I leave you with Blessings Offer, singing Your Love. Hello, it's Abner. I'm here to join you for one final hour. I hope you're enjoying today. I hope you're having a good day. I always like to say it's a new day, which means a new opportunity to see God's goodness. Let's tune in here to Andrew Ripp singing Love's Got a Way. Phil Wickham singing The King is in the Room. Earlier today we were reading through Proverbs, the counsel of Solomon, a wise king, a wise man. And we talked about how he gave a lot of direction and allows us to make a discernment between two different sides. Let's read here Proverbs 14 verse 29. He who is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who is quick-tempered exalts folly. That word folly there meaning a lack of good sense. Man, oh man, does Solomon know how to speak to us directly, huh? Stay here, we got Jeremy Camp coming up singing These Days. You never gave up on me by the afters. We're almost finished reading through Proverbs 14, counsel of wise King Solomon. Let's read here verse 33. Wisdom rests in the heart of one who has understanding, but in the hearts of fools it is made known. I think the word that stands out for me there is rest, right? Rest means it takes time. You're there, you're present, maybe even thoughtful about it. Wisdom rests in the heart of one who has understanding. Stay here, we'll have a listen to Colton Dixon singing Up and Up. Jamie McDonald singing Desperate. We have read through the counsel of Proverbs, counsel of a wise king, King Solomon. Chapter 14, I think, is a good chapter that allows us to get that deep dive into areas that God may want to work within us. I know this chapter was challenging and bring out the best in me, and I hope it was a blessing to you as well. We'll end with this verse 4, one of my favorites, and a quick reminder to us, sometimes it's not going to be pretty. Sometimes it's going to take extra work. Where no oxen are, the manger is clean, but much revenue comes by the strength of the ox. Here's Brandon Lake, a song called Gratitude.